excited to work.
Right?
Ever.
Right.
Ever. And then I got my first paycheck.
Right.
Okay.
That's the part that we'll have to mention that at the end.
Yeah.
That is the hooker, right?
Oh my gosh.
You go to work having a good time, and then all of a sudden at the end of the week, you're like, what? Did they make a mistake or what?
Yeah, and you're learning.
Because I got $1,000 more than I think I should have had right here.
I felt like I was being paid to be taught to build a movie set. And if you go in there with that attitude, it's hard to fail. Because that means that you're humbling yourself, you're going to be teachable, and you're going to learn a lot more than, I've been doing this for however many years. And that's fine to be confident.
Yes.
But you don't want to take it to a level. I mean, I've told a lot of locals, you need to understand that you're learning from the guys that learn from the guys that invented it. They invented it.
A good point, Gabe.
Okay?
Right.
I don't want to hear about how it is around here.
Right.
And if you're learning from somebody that has, I mean, I've seen LA foremen come in and show guys, the smartest guys I've ever met in my life doing this, a little stupid trick, and they're like, God, I never would have thought to put grip chain on the wall and then hook my hammer and pull that whole wall over with grip chain.
Right.
You know, and it's stupid little stuff like that they've seen done 100 times. It's no big deal to them. Okay, we don't do shit like that. I don't care how long people have been framing. They come in and you show them a California cut, and they're like, they're beside themselves because they're like, yeah, man, I didn't really, you know. I mean, they've set up stops and stuff like that before, but I mean, it's just the basic. Like, they take stuff that we wouldn't think, not that we wouldn't ever think of, but that we don't have to think of. Because on job sites, you're not cutting 200 of the same. You know, when you're building houses. I mean, not really.
No,
maybe an 8-foot stud.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Maybe an 8-foot stud, but they come in 8 feet.
Yeah.
So I mean, everything's ordered to size, and you're cutting toggles and stuff, and that's the most is your purloins in a house. Right. So, not leaving your knowledge at the curb, but bringing enough in that you're not running around like a chicken with your head cut off, but leaving the way you're going to do things at the door. Right. And being able to come in
and be quiet. Yeah.
Be teachable. For sure. I know, you know, like I said, I've never been more excited. So I think that helped me out a lot. I was just so enamored with what I was surrounded by. You know, I mean, you walk out the bay door and there's Robert Downey Jr.'s trailer, you know, and I'm sitting there watching him walk around while I'm building this massive $2 million set, and you're just like, golly, I would have been doing this my whole life if I had known it was, you know, and you know,
available.
Yeah.
And that's why, for me, I'm happy to see it here in Georgia, because that same feeling I got way back there in California, and the business is old there.
Yeah.
But I was new to it. It was like when I was standing right next to my first entertainer, Danny DeVito. I was like, I made it, huh? Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
He said, don't stand too close, you might be a real pigeon.
Yeah.
You know, or pig or whatever he was, but you were enamored.
Yes.
Right? And then that's how you felt.
With everything about it.
And you don't get that on the side building houses.
No.
You don't get that outside building, doing any kind of construction. But in the movie business, that's the extra cherry on top.
It is. And too many people act like it's just nothing. And I can't stand it. About blah, 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 you know? Right. And I'm just like,
but that's either they're not being true with their feelings or something. Because I think that if this is your first, because if this is your first time, come on, man. You mean tell me you're not firing right next to Kevin? You know what I mean? Whatever it is, Kevin Costner, whatever it is.
I had Chris Pratt in an empty parking lot tell his driver to pull up right near me.
Who's Chris Pratt?
Star-Lord on Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
And I'm like, dude, what the hell is this guy doing? There's an empty football field of pavement. Why you gotta come up 2 feet from me? You know, I was walking to lunch and here comes this SUV and I'm like, damn. And then he gets out and he's standing there in his Star-Lord outfit and I'm like, oh, man. So I walk up to him and shake his hand, you know, and it was just a moment for me and him to me, and it was just really awesome. It's really awesome. I mean, so you never know who's gonna come riding up. I mean, you know, you never know what's gonna happen. We were doing 8-hour turnarounds on Black Panther. Phil, it was the first time I ever met Phil. We were on the same set together working for Don Hammond. and I was bent down, and we were about to take a huge wall all the way through that to the outside.
That's
remember?
where I met you?
Yeah. That's where we met on Black Panther. And then I'm bending down, taking a brace off of a wall to get it ready to move, and a golf cart just parked. I mean, literally right here, and there was probably a foot drop down. 16-inch drop down, and then the golf cart came pulling up, and I look up, and there's Chadwick Boseman, and he gets out. He gets off his golf cart. He's got the big cape on to try and cover up the Black Panther outfit, but I saw it, and I'm like, "How you doing, sir?" Because I don't. I'm gonna say, "Hey." that's just me. Yeah. Not quite that bad. But I'm gonna say, hey, dude, because guess what? You put on your bitches the same way I do, and I enjoy your movies. I spend money on your movies. So how the hell are you doing?
Right.
And it was just cool. I mean, I got to spend a day with Mark Wahlberg, teaching him how to set tile hands-on on a movie, and that was incredible. Him and Rose Byrne on Instant Family. So, I mean, I've had a lot of experiences in just 5 years because things aren't quite as by the rule book here as they are in LA. So I'm able to jump trades at random depending on my level of talent in that field. I told everybody for years, I'm a really good tile setter, guys. I promise, And until it was time to put up or shut up, they just had to take my word for it. But when it was time, I came in there and rocked it. You know what I mean? Because that's what I do. But learning construction has just been the prop making aspect of things and how they do things and how meticulous they are has just been a true joy for me to learn what these guys know and to have them see my work ethic and want to teach me because they know I want to learn. They don't mind showing me things or teaching me things. And you want to talk about slow down, young man? Mm-hmm. I ain't no young man. Mm-hmm. And I have heard slow down from damn near everybody I've ever worked with. And so I'm finally starting to try and take it to heart. I got a strong work ethic. But
we want to make our stuff right.
Yes, yes, and to do that, you do have to, and you'll get better. You'll get better the more you do it. The more you do it. I mean, like anything. But you'll be doing. You'll go 3 or 4 movies and just build flats like crazy and put them up and it'll be like, golly, I've been building flats for a while, and then I've gone a year and a half with not building a single flat, and just putting up sets and stuff that was already built and painted and building, and putting pressure blocks on stuff, hanging. That's another thing you can teach them about is what a pressure block is and how it works. It holds stuff on.
And so we should do that with the little 4. So what we'll do is we'll frame up the 4x4. And we'll lay it down and show them pressure blocks.
Glue them on.
We'll show them cornering up. We'll show them because those are good points right there. We'll also show them. We'll take the 2 walls and put them down like this. And now what do you have to put across the back? Right. That's how T-wheeler.
Yeah.
Right.
The difference between a whaler and a T-wheeler.
Right. All that we wanted to show them last time. I think that's what we should cover. Right. Yeah. All right. Good deal.
Oh man.